Today in Minecraft Skyblock here on MCHub, we need to go ahead and start farming in order to start making a ton of progression towards unlocking spawners. Because if we take a look right now, we currently only have chickens. And of course, unlocking these spawners are going to get us a lot of currency, so that is the plan. We are going to try and get a lot of currency today. Last video, we unlocked beetroot, so we do need to go ahead and start planting some to unlock our next tier, of course known as potatoes. And I did do a little bit of chicken killing, so I got some milestones, which eventually gave me a common seed bag that was actually meant for beetroot. So now I can place in beetroot very easily, wait for it to grow, harvest it, get points, and so on. The best way to go about farming and investing your points is really to just keep getting the next tier. So in here, we need 15 points in beetroot, so we get 1 per level. So we have to do this 15 times, just like we did wheat in last video. And another goal we have is to, of course, hit the Strider spawner today. We have to kill 16,000 mobs in total to unlock new tiers. If we look in the shop, we can actually sell the string from the Striders for $10, and if we get the enchanted version, it's going to be even better. But whenever we're doing milestones, as you can see, you can do a different type of milestone and get rewards in here the more you progress in each type. So for example, we're killing mobs right now, we are getting pet eggs, the brand new pet system. I have 2 different rust eggs, which essentially tell you what they give. You have a chance to get a godly, but you're most likely to get common. So we go ahead, incubate it, and then does it just give us a new pet? A common blaze, okay, so we just click this every time. A uncommon spider, or cave spider, which is actually a very good pet. As you can see, they revamped the whole pet menu, did a lot of changes for this reset, and now we get extra mining drops and PvE boss damage with our new pets, okay. And at some point, we might make a cobblestone generator. I don't know if we're gonna do it in today's video, but we definitely will need to do that because XP, the best way to get it is quite literally a cobblestone generator and upgrading the prospecting enchant on your pickaxe until you max it and then get XP from there to spend it on anything else. That is really how it goes. You can still get XP from doing other things like farming and grinding mobs, but it's just not as efficient. So we need to kill about 2,000 chickens to get up to rabbits, which then we're gonna have to spend a lot of credits into getting all the way up to a Strider spawner, as you can see. And our best way to do that is, of course, the new method I found out last video. If you just do /farm and go to the farming area, you can select the crop with farm select and then the crop type you have unlocked. So I can put this to beetroot at any point since we have that unlocked. And as you can see, I did also change the design from last video. I just shifted it the other way around. I had to move it so the chickens, when they get pushed to the corner, would fall on the stone brick here instead of just falling down the side, which wasn't very convenient to begin with. But either way, we got the farm working, so it's fine. And a good method I do recommend if you are going to kill mobs on the server, I'm just going to say this right now, do not AFK with it or go away from your keyboard. You can go into options, controls, keybinds, and then search if you have a mod that you can search for them, or just look for it. Attack and destroy is the one you're looking for. You can change this to any hotkey other than left click, so you can put it to spacebar, an arrow key. I do have a mod that I use for keybind profiles, so I can swap between the two without opening all those menus. But if I press one of my keybinds to change to my attack profile and then hold down my arrow key, I'm killing all the mobs without having to click because you don't hear me clicking anymore. The good thing is it doesn't let you do it when you're running around, as you can see. So quite literally, you have to stand still and just kind of sit here. But there we go, we got mob mastery 1 on chicken, and we're gonna be using all our mastery points, by the way, that we get all the way up until Strider, and then we'll use them into our Striders because that's the first tier of spawner we're gonna invest in. And if you are enjoying this video so far, make sure to leave a like. I'd appreciate it a ton. It goes a long way. We're also getting a lot of shards, which I do want to actually upgrade the capacity on our collection box unit here. We have 30,000. We're gonna put 10,000 into this. Let's go ahead, do that. Now we have 2,500 capacity, and then we need to spend 20,000 for our 3x by 3x area. There we go. So as you can see, it displays it, what the range is. So where your collection box is the blue area, and where it covers, of course, is the little outline in gray. If you compact your island very well, you only need level 2. That's what I personally go for. It's just convenient and you don't have to spend as many shards. I am also going to make sure my armor is on because I do want to make sure I have my cell multiplier with my skin set. We have the best cell multiplier set in the game, I believe, and I was collecting this last map. I didn't have it as of the time I was recording everything then, but I finally got the last piece I was looking for, which is good. So now that I've given a rundown of what our plan is, I'm gonna go ahead, start grinding out a decent bit of mobs, get up to the rabbit tier, so I will give an update here in a moment. So it has been a couple hours since the last clip, and I haven't really done any farming as much as grinding, though. I grinded out a ton of chickens even past the amount we needed to unlock rabbits, and the reason I did that was pretty simple. We want extra mastery points for killing mobs very quickly. So if we take a look at mastery, go here and go to rabbits, you can see we have rabbits unlocked. Now we have to buy a spawner. And the thing is, compared to the farming section, you actually don't need to buy an upgrade to unlock it. It just unlocks after you kill the amount of mobs. What we are going to do is go to the farm and quickly get enough money, which I believe is 20 million credits, to actually get the rabbit spawner / farm. And then we're gonna do farm select beetroot, if of course I can type. All right, there we go. Realistically, you just mine and you're getting a ton of beetroot. You don't even get the seeds, so it adds up very quickly in the amount of credits you're gonna make. And as I said previously, you can quite literally just go ahead and take this back to your island and sell it with a sell wand and a booster, or even with a skin set if you have one. Also, when you fill your inventory, you do not get any more drops. They don't even drop on the ground, so you just have to go back to your island, or just sell it in your inventory is an option, of course. All right, it says in the chat we are full in our inventory, as you can see. All right, I put it all in the chest. We're gonna go ahead, activate a 2x booster, make 600,000 right there, which is not bad. So I'm curious how much I would make without the sell wand, because if it's not a big difference, then I might just sell constantly and not even come back to the island. But it's worth doing some testing. And I just realized our mastery does go up here. Does it actually go up if we farm in here? Okay, so it does. I genuinely thought I had to do that on my island. So it turns out we might not even need to do farms on our island until we hit netherwart, which is the best manual crop. So I think we're kind of just good to use the farming world. So if I have a booster active and just disable and enable it constantly, which you can do with disable boosters command, I sell all here and I get a little less. It was a total of 50,000 less. I'm gonna be honest, it's not worth going back to the island I have discovered. So it's just good to sell all with having a booster, and of course disabling it once you sell and then re-enabling it, of course to get the extra bit of credits while you're at the location. So I'm gonna go ahead and start grinding this out because we're gonna unlock our potato mastery by doing this, and I'm gonna get 20 million credits so we can start grinding rabbits. So I'm gonna give an update here in a moment. As you can see on the scoreboard, we have enough to get a rabbit spawner finally, and I did actually do a ton of masteries in farming. We have 37 points and we already have potatoes unlocked. I did unlock them to get more money quickly, or credits I guess, but now we can actually get melons. We aren't actually going to be using them because what we're gonna do is stick with potatoes in the farming world, and then we're gonna get 45 points to get up to carrots because you can't actually use melons in the farming world. Only specific crops actually work in there. So for now, we'll use the first 3 crop types in order to get progress in mastery points. But finally, we can go ahead, get a rabbit spawner. There we go. And it was perfect timing, actually. I did get to claim my spawner G kit again. So now we have another spawner upgrade slip today, which we can go ahead and use a white scroll on this as well. We're gonna go ahead, white scroll it, and we're gonna upgrade it with a spawner slip. And now we have 250 levels, which is perfect. And realistically, we don't need chickens, but we are gonna keep the spawner in our hands because if we want to grind out mastery points on a lower tier of mob for the fun of it, if we need to, it will be useful. So it's definitely worth keeping this chicken spawner. And I did get from Milestones another pet egg and a robot job token, which will be useful in the future. We're gonna open up the pet egg, see which pet we get. Might as well. And we got a rare sheep. Okay, I'll take it. I definitely do need to go ahead and spleef these chickens for the time being, so we are gonna go ahead, break this. And I have cleared up the island. We don't need farms on our island until we're building massive ones that are very important. But I just wanted to give a quick update on what's gonna happen going forward here. We're just gonna go ahead and get all the way up to Striders unlocked. I'm gonna get every spawner going forward. It's gonna be more of a difficult task because we don't have spawner slips. Because if we look at the spawner, go to upgrade, you upgrade it with credits, and it gets more costly depending on the type of spawner when you're going up in tiers. So it's gonna get get very costly. So once we hit Strider, we will invest our points in there, and at some point we will rebalance our mastery points again, reinvest everything again into their proper positions. We're just not going to use gold coins to reset this. We're going to wait until the 4 days is up. So when we get to a new spawner type, we are definitely going to be using our mastery points in Strider into, like, let's say Guardians or something. We'll be reinvesting those with the rebalance, which is a very good thing. It's just it has a weak cooldown if you're using it for free. But I'm gonna go ahead and start grinding out a ton of rabbits and farming a lot of potatoes to get up on mastery points and get to Striders. I will give an update here in a moment. Alright, so we are on the final stretch to getting our Strider spawner. We currently are killing llamas to get 10,000 kills to finally unlock the Strider. If we go ahead and take a look in Mastery, you can see we're almost at 8,000, and we're gonna hit that pretty soon here. But I do have a few things I do want to go over before we quickly hit it. Basically, we unlocked the Carrot Mastery, and I found a good way to make $1 million per inventory. You just need to run dungeons until you find the carrot recipe for enchanted carrots. If you go ahead and take a look in here, I do have enchanted carrots 100,000 per one, but if you have multipliers, which I can get to about a 8 times multiplier currently if there's a global booster, but essentially I can make $1 million per carrot almost, and I get about 3 to 4 of them every inventory I harvest of carrots, because it requires around 576 carrots per one, and the best way to input them is with 2 hoppers and a double chest, and just drop them in here, go back to the farming world, and continue the cycle. It's a very good way to make credits, so I did get that situated. And we do have on the scoreboard 150 million credits. I don't know if we can buy our Strider instantly or not. Oh, we can instantly buy it now, we just can't use it. So for now, it's gonna stay in PV1. I've also gotten 2 different netherite robots, which this one, the grinder netherite robot, is gonna be useful for next video, of course, because once we get these Striders unlocked, we are gonna be calling it there and setting up the Strider automation system next video, of course. Also, when I did run dungeons, I got a lot of fuel. I input most of it into the generator, so now we can get a bonus on our efficiency of spawners. As well, I'm using a 1.6 times spawner booster to make these run even quicker with a level, I think, 25 spawner. Yeah, level 25 at a 500% efficiency, so we get a 31 to 33 spawn cycle, which is not bad realistically. We just don't have a global booster active, which would make this even quicker. But let's go ahead and get these next 2,000 kills pretty quickly here. We are quite literally 11 away. Here we go. And we're done. We now have Striders unlocked, and that's where we're gonna call it wraps today. We're probably gonna be building an automation system for them next video. So that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I do appreciate all the support, and I will see you all in the next one.